All right, let me go across live to London at the Oval. Boria Majumdar is live with us. Boria, first of all, how's the weather holding up? Will we get a full day's match today? And secondly, what are you hearing from your team sources? Any changes likely in the playing 11? Will we see Ravi Ashwin or Shami probably included?
The first answer, absolutely yes, you will get a 100-over game. It's bright and sunny. Prediction for the weather, absolutely first rate. There should be no problem whatsoever with the weather, Shobit. You will have a 100-over game without any interruption, which is a rarity here in London. But for a big game, a virtual quarter-final, you will. The question that is being asked, Vikrant, is will there be changes? What are you hearing? Ravichandran Ashwin, both you and I have heard from our sources, should play.
Ashwin has to play and he will play. Boria, there is also concern, yes, well, if Rohit doesn't play, if at all he doesn't play, then what happens? I mean, India would never take a game like this with half-fit players. I mean, they can never go into a play. But then you also need to look at the players that you have, the bench that you have. You've got a Dinesh Karthik sitting out. I don't know, maybe Rahane could open the innings, but then does that solve your problem? Because you are also saying that your batting lacks that adventurism. You can score 310, 320, but maybe you need 350. So it's going to be a tough call, but I think Ashwin has to play.
Absolutely, Ashwin will play is what we are getting from our sources, but the fact that there is an injury concern with Rohit or he's tightened up, is a big problem, because the first two games, the best batsman along with Shikhar Dhawan has been Rohit Sharma. Big match player against Pakistan was slightly slow, but that against Sri Lanka, he was spot on. So Rohit Sharma, fitness test, massively important. We will have to wait and see. But these people, for them, nothing matters. All that matters is an Indian victory, because they know that this is the match that will make or break the tournament. They have been here for the last 1.5 hours, Shobit, and it's a massive, massive moment. Massive, massive moment for all of them.
You're absolutely right, Boria. We'll have to wait for updates on Rohit Sharma and the team composition. But let's quickly focus on our captain. How important is this match for Virat Kohli, Boria? If he has to fill MS Dhoni's shoes, if he has to be considered at par with MS Dhoni, how crucial is it for Virat to lead India into the semi-final?
It's a huge match for Virat Kohli, and here we have some people playing that hole also. Virat Kohli as captain, first ICC tournament. Massive match for Virat Kohli. Can he take India past South Africa? Then you play Bangladesh in the semi-final. Chances are you will be able to beat Bangladesh. For Virat Kohli, I will say that for his captaincy tenure, this is perhaps the most important match that Virat Kohli is playing for India as captain. He's a remarkable ODI player. There's no debate on that. But question is, can he soak in the pressure and get one past South Africa?
Absolutely, Boria, we'll just come to you. But Nikhil, Boria reporting that it's a clear day in London. Rain stays away. Fans are excited. But, as an Indian fan, I would have hoped for rain today, because a washout would have seen India qualify at the top of the group.
Yeah, but I don't think with the kind of team combination and the game that Team India possesses, I don't think Virat Kohli or anybody would be thinking about rain, Shobit, because, champions want to go out there and win their way to glory and win to go out there and win ICC World Trophy. So, I think Team India is pretty good. They would have learned their mistakes from that Sri Lanka game.
No doubt.
Learned in terms of what bowling combination has to be played. I have a feeling that Ashwin might get an opportunity, because on these sort of good batting tracks, I'm sure, as a captain, he would want more bowling options. With Ashwin in there, with the kind of varieties that he brings on flat tracks, it will, help Team India's cause. But, seeing Boria report from Oval, it's like he's actually reporting from Kolkata Eden Gardens with the kind of support Team India is going to get. It's going to be phenomenal. So I don't think Team India would be under pressure to go out there and perform. I think South Africa, with this kind of support, will be feeling the heat.
Absolutely. Harbhajan Singh is also live with us, former India spinner. In fact, Indian spinner. Bhaji is not playing in the Champions Trophy, but we are so glad that he's here to comment on India's matches. But Bhaji, big match for Virat Kohli. How will he approach it?
Well, Virat definitely will have to stand up and deliver a big knock for Team India. He's a champion player, there's no doubt about it, and I've seen in many occasions, whenever the challenge becomes bigger, Virat Kohli becomes bigger, even bigger, with his performances. So I'm hoping Virat Kohli to fire, against South Africa with the bat, and once he'll fire, I think then all the things will fall into place.
All right, let me go back to the Oval where Boria Majumdar is live with us. Boria, we've discussed India, but what about South Africa and their captain AB de Villiers? Even he got out on a duck in their last match, but against India, he's been our nemesis, isn't it? 4 centuries in the last 7 ODIs against India. How does India neutralize the threat of AB de Villiers?
All of this, the stats that you keep giving, AB de Villiers 4 centuries out of 7 just doesn't count for anything. In ICC tournaments, AB de Villiers has not done nothing to merit the #1 player tag in the world. He's got 4 runs in the last 2 games. He's not won a single tournament for South Africa. And if you're the world's best player, you damn it stand up when it matters. AB de Villiers has not done that. For me, Hashim Amla is a better player than AB de Villiers, especially for big games. Quinton de Kock, AB de Villiers, this whole IPL performances, etc. counts for nothing to me. You don't play test match cricket. You don't deserve to be the world's #1 player. So this whole menace thing about AB de Villiers, AB de Villiers, AB de Villiers counts nothing to me. The question is AB de Villiers. For me, Hashim Amla, Quinton de Kock are far bigger threats than AB de Villiers.
Well, if AB is, then he's got to score runs. Correct. And he's got to do that today. On a day, people are thinking that the South Africans will choke. On a day that the South Africans have to absorb the pressure. If AB de Villiers scores a century today, wins the game for South Africa, then you will say he's the world's #1 player. You're absolutely right. These rankings, they are made up of different games when you play around the year.
And there's no pressure.
In the ICC tournament, any player who does well, wins the game for his country, stands out to be a good player. Ben Stokes is. Virat Kohli is. Look at Rohit Sharma. Look at Shikhar Dhawan. Correct. They are. Hashim Amla, you're right, absolutely right, on this wicket will be far more dangerous. Quinton de Kock is very dangerous. So India have got to get rid of those two with the new ball.
For me, Shobit, 1999, South Africa, Alan Donald brain fade. 2003, Sean Pollock brain fade. 2007, Graeme Smith brain fade. 2011, 2015 keeps happening for South Africa. Goodness sake, did that match in Auckland. AB de Villiers kept crying. Will it happen again? Because this chokers tag, as Graeme Smith said in that India Today conclave, will only leave the South Africans if they win. And it is AB de Villiers' responsibility to justify that #1 tag and do something for his team. Because otherwise, this whole IPL hundreds will not make him a legend of any sort.
You're absolutely spot on there, Boria. But, as fans, journalists, everyone alike will do well not to repeat our mistakes. Watch what we did against Sri Lanka. Everyone wrote Sri Lanka out and they gave India a lesson. It'll be wise not to count out AB de Villiers, a match winner in his own right. And yes, Graeme Smith is spot on. AB de Villiers, Quinton de Kock, Faf du Plessis and even Hashim Amla have the responsibility to perform and deliver for South Africa today as they take on India. But Bhaji, coming to you once again, India versus South Africa, do or die battle. What will be the deciding factor in today's match?
Yeah, obviously a tough game ahead against South Africa. There's no doubt about it. But that's the kind of challenges we players actually look for. Playing against South Africa will be the toughest challenge, and so is going to be for South Africa. Playing against India. So let the best team win. I hope the best team is India, and I am there to support my team throughout, and I'm looking forward to see them playing the best cricket of what I've seen them playing, and hopefully by doing that, we'll all get the result what we're looking for.
All right, let me bring in former Australian captain Michael Clarke as well. Michael, this chokers tag is being discussed a lot. So, South Africa has this chokers tag, and Graeme Smith, their former captain, on India Today conclave said that they will have to win this tournament to shrug off this tag. What's your view?
Yeah, unfortunately for South Africa, that's the only way it's going to go away. You need to perform when you're under pressure in that situation, and now they are again. Once again, they've put themselves in a position where if they lose to India, it's just going to continue on for the next tournament to say South Africa can't stand up in big tournaments. They've got a wonderful team, they've got a lot of talent, they're led very well by a class player, AB de Villiers. But, this is their chance. Can they handle the pressure in a big tournament to not only win today, but then go on and win the Champions Trophy?
All right, big match as we slip into a break. Before that, let me once again go back to the Oval. Boria Majumdar, how are Indian fans reacting? I'm sure they will make this a home game for India at the Oval. South Africa under more pressure, you reckon?
Good morning.
My colleague asks from India that this will be a sea of blue. And we have seen for the last couple of hours. You think the crowd support will, help India?
It's going to be
perhaps a rarity.
It's going to be a tough game. I mean, specifically with all the support. I've only seen about 10 South African supporters so far, so hopefully when we get inside, there might be a handful more.
So 25,000 capacity, 10 South African supporters, he reckons. That's not too bad for India. Hopefully we will do that on the ground as well. AB de Villiers, come on, this is the time for AB de Villiers to stand up and be counted. We keep hearing best player in the world, but in ICC tournaments, multinational tournaments, no performances.
I'm hoping AB comes to the party today. I think he's due a couple of runs, and I'm sure that today he'll definitely fly the Proteas and the South African flag high.
But these guys have been there for the last couple of hours. Come on, let's have a cheer for India.
Come on, India!
You know what, Shobit? I've been here from 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 10 now, getting to the toss time. From 8 o'clock, Indian supporters have been here in droves, in numbers, in hundreds and thousands. Oval will be packed and crowded, and I can tell you 99% will be a sea of blue. I know you've got to take a short break, but do come back after that.
We will, Boria, and it will be a lonely place for a South African supporter in the stands today at the Oval, isn't it? But we have to slip into a short break. We'll be back with the possible team changes and the team updates from the Oval. Stay with us. Yes, as we build up to that mega quarter-final between India and South Africa, the big question is, will there be any changes in the Indian team that lost against Sri Lanka? And the big question is, will Virat Kohli include Ravi Ashwin in the squad and unleash a spin duo of Ashwin and Jadeja against the Proteas? Now, former India captain Sourav Ganguly is live. Sourav, I feel Ashwin should be included in the squad against the Proteas. Would you agree?
Very much, of course, without a doubt. 4 fast bowlers. I'm not too sure on this pitch. It's a bright sunny day, a good surface. Bring in the variation. Bring in Ravichandran Ashwin.
All right, Nikhil, Ravi Ashwin, a case for him. Unleashed the spin duo of Ashwin Jadeja against Proteas.
Yeah, without a doubt. Batting conditions are good. You've got 3 fast bowlers, and there's not a lot of seam movement. So if you get in somebody who's tried and tested, is a champion bowler, got enormous amount of experience with the kind of variation that he possesses as well, it'll only help Team India's cause. And also, we lost that previous game because we weren't able to pick up wickets in the middle. When we know the medium pacers weren't able to pick up wickets with the slightly old ball, there was too much pressure on Jadeja. So with Ashwin coming, I think it'll only help and bolster Team India's attack and try and pick up wickets in that middle phase of the game.
All right, Deep Dasgupta is also live with us. Deep, would you include Ashwin and would you also include Mohammad Shami? We haven't discussed much about him.
Well, last time when we spoke about the India-Pakistan game, we said 4-1. One of the reasons I said one spinner because of the opposition, which was a subcontinental team. Now it's South Africa, who traditionally are not good players against spin. Then we're talking about conditions. Yes, we are playing in England, but the conditions are extremely good for batting, so you need variation. You need bowling options as well, different variations in terms of an off-spinner. So I think these two reasons are being primary for me including Ashwin. But the big question is in place of whom? I'd say in place of Kedar, if Rohit is fit. If Rohit is fit in place of Kedar, because on good batting tracks, you rather have more variations in bowling and back your batsman to score heavy runs and exploit those good batting conditions. Talking about Shami, yes, in my first game as well, I said Shami ahead of Umesh. Because Umesh has done well, but for me, Shami has this knack of picking wickets, and we've realized and we know it across all formats, it's the wickets which will you games.
Absolutely right. Now, Michael Clarke, you said earlier that on one of our shows that you believe Ashwin should replace Hardik Pandya in India's 11. Do you stick by that?
Yeah, I think they've got to play 2 spinners. I think Hardik is a wonderful, talented player and he's played a good part in this tournament. But for me, India have got to pick their 5 best bowlers, and I think both Ashwin and Jadeja are 2 of their best bowlers. I think the wicket, even if it doesn't turn big, it will still hold. So I think the change of pace of spin will play a big part. And I think that's always been India's strength.
Absolutely.
I don't think they should go away from that. I think Ashwin provides, yes, he's a class bowler, but he also provides runs with the bat. He's got a great set of hands. He can fill in slip. So I'd be sticking with. I'd be bringing in Ashwin for Hardik. That would be my only change to the Indian team.
Right. So all our experts there want Virat Kohli to include Ravi Ashwin in this match against South Africa. Time for a short break. After that, we go across live to the Oval where Boria Majumdar is live with us and he'll get us all the toss and team updates. Stay with us. Defending champions India or world number 1 South Africa, only one will be left standing and only one will progress to the semi-finals of the Champions Trophy. And yet another interesting fact, in the last 9 out of 10 matches between these two sides, the side which has won the toss and batted first has gone on to win. So toss is extremely crucial and we will be going across to London and get you all those toss and team updates. Joining us on the show to preview the big match is former India captain Sourav Ganguly, former India players Harbhajan Singh, Nikhil Chopra, Deepdas Gupta, former Australian captain Michael Clarke and Boria Majumdar, like we said, reports live from London. But toss is about to happen and Michael Clarke, what would have you done if you were Virat Kohli and won the toss?
No-brainer for me. I'd always look to bat in a big game, put runs on the board and then that extra pressure, especially against South Africa. Knowing what we know, I'd be using that as extra pressure and motivation to say to South Africa, if you're good enough, chase 280, 300. But I'd be winning the toss and batting first.
Harbhajan, toss is about to happen. Any changes that you would suggest in India's 11?
Yes, I would like to see R. Ashwin coming in for one of the batter. It could be either Kedar Yadav or Hardik Pandya. I don't know what management feel, but that could be the only change. But it'll be nice to see two spinners bowling in tandem and trying to build pressure and look to take wickets in the middle over. It's very important when you play one-day cricket to take wickets in the middle over. If you don't take wickets in the middle over, then no total is big total to chase down, whether it's 320 or 340 or 360. We have seen it in previous time that more you look to take wickets, more you're in the game. If you try to prolong the game, it goes on to 50th over, you'll end up losing those games rather winning.
All right, a quick update from London now, where Team India has won the toss and have elected to field first. So India has put South Africa into bat, a change in strategy, a change in approach for Virat Kohli's men. Let me bring in Boria Majumdar. Boria, quick update from London. India putting South Africa into bat. Virat Kohli backing his bowlers in this match.
Virat Kohli backing himself in this match. Virat Kohli in a run chase is special. This weather will not change. I've said that on your broadcast. This weather will hold up. You will have 100 overs. This is a very true wicket. Whatever South Africa gets, Virat Kohli is backing his batsman and himself to get that. I don't think it's a wrong call at all. Yesterday, England overhauled Australia. Bangladesh overhauled New Zealand. Sri Lanka overhauled India here in this same ground 2 days back. And this Indian batting lineup so far has fired. There is no reason for Virat Kohli to believe that whatever South Africa get, India will not be able to get that. Look at this. Look at this. Jeetna hai today is what they say. India's won the toss and put South Africa in. So we will be chasing. India is going to win. Hip hip! Hip come on, India! Come on! So there you see it. The fans are out here in big numbers, and this toss, which was a very vital toss, Virat Kohli backing his own strength. Forever he's been a special player in a run chase. 1400s, if I remember, in a run chase. Will we see another? All of India, all of you, all of us here in London would be wanting that. This is a massive, massive moment, and to see Virat Kohli do what he has done tells you he's got heart. He's taking the pressure on himself. He's backing himself to stand up and deliver on the big stage.
Absolutely, Boria. Stay with us. I'm coming back to you in a minute. Let's quickly play India's 11 that will take the field against world number 1 South Africa. And once again, the openers who have done brilliantly will have the responsibility of spearheading this chase. Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan in sublime form. Virat Kohli, like Boria mentioned, exceptional in a run chase. He'll be crucial. Yuvraj Singh, MS Dhoni must play fearlessly like they promised. And Jadeja will hold the key along with Ravi Ashwin. Now, Boria, that's the big update. Ravi Ashwin has been included in the 11 in place of Umesh Yadav. So Virat Kohli dropping a pacer and picking a spin attack to combat the South African threat.
That is another reason why Virat Kohli would opt to bat second, because Hardik Pandya is still there. Ravichandran Ashwin means India bat till number 9, Shobit. So he's backing on a pitch like this. You know, Hardik Pandya, Umesh Yadav, South Africans grew up to play fast bowling, ball coming onto the bat. Not much difference. Umesh went for a few runs against Sri Lanka. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar will be able to swing the ball early on, which is why Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, Jasprit Bumrah, beautiful at the death. So the big question, Ravichandran Ashwin, all of us wanted Ravichandran Ashwin back. We were thinking maybe for Hardik Pandya, but the team management fancies him for Umesh Yadav. Not a problem. Now that you've won the toss, that batting depth that you've got should do you a world of good.
Right. Deepdas Gupta, we all were expecting Ravi Ashwin to be included in the 11, but in place of Umesh Yadav, a bit surprise for you, not in place of either Hardik Pandya or Kedar Jadhav?
Not really, because what it tells me is that Virat is all in. He's all in for this game. He's consistent with his thought process. So he's made sure that if he wins the toss, he's going to chase down. So if he's going to chase down, he needs a longish batting lineup because most of if you look at the average scores, is 300 plus. So he's backing his team, he's backing his 11, and he's packed it with batsmen to chase down whatever total that South Africa comes up with. Obviously, you needed a little bit of variation in Ashwin, which he's got in place of Umesh. But what I really like is the fact that he's won the toss and chose to bowl first. Just tells me that he's going in with a very aggressive mindset. He's backing his team and he's backing himself. So far, so good for me.
Absolutely. Nikhil, this bowling unit, do you think they can restrict South Africa to a target close to 300, which is par score?
Yeah, possible, because these days 300 is, run of the mill. Because of the new field restrictions, till the 40th over, you've only got, 4 fielders outside that 30-yard circle. Things are changing. I can see that time circle change when, you hear all the legends of the game say that big game, important game. If the conditions are good, you want to win the toss and bat first, put runs on board. Things are changing. Ever since this T has come about, and with these new field restrictions as well, players feel good conditions. Whatever the opposition puts on board allows me to change my game plan. Whenever I want to accelerate, I can go and do that. If I lose a couple of wickets, I can control. So this whole mindset of youngsters is changing. So that, they're not afraid of runs on board, whatever the opposition. You back yourself, self-belief, and that's exactly what Virat Kohli has done. And we all know how special a run chaser Virat Kohli is. Absolutely. When it comes, somebody pushes him in the corner, phenomenal number of hundreds that he's got winning games for Team India. And
also MS Dhoni, one of the best finishers in the game at the moment. So yes, Virat Kohli and MS Dhoni will hold the key. Interesting decision there by Virat Kohli at the toss. Sets up for a brilliant Super Sunday encounter, isn't it?
Nail-biting Sunday, and India bites the final nail and wins it. That's how it should be. A great day, Sunday. It will be packed at the Oval. India playing everywhere India goes. It's a packed house. Fingers crossed, and supporting India.
Boria, Virat Kohli has pace options as well as spin options now, isn't it? We've got Ravi Ashwin and Jadeja. He bowled in the last match as well, along with Kedar Jadhav. We haven't seen Yuvraj Singh come into the attack. He's also a handy spinner. Will we see UV in action today in the field?
It's difficult for Yuvraj to bowl. He's hardly bowled at all in the IPL, and you don't want Yuvraj to bowl as well. I mean, you would want, and you don't want Virat to bowl either.
Absolutely.
You would want your top 5 bowlers, Hardik Pandya, Jasprit Bumrah, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, and the 2 spinners to do the job. Most important for me, get Hashim Amla and Quinton de Kock in the top half. Get them in the first 10 overs, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. Do something with the ball. There's a bit of moisture. It's a bright, beautiful, sunny day. Once the day progresses, it will be an absolute batting beauty. So 300, even if South Africa get 300, India should, with this batting lineup, chase it down. So 2 quick South African wickets, and we will see whether the chokers tag once again comes to haunt South Africa. But Ravi Ashwin, spot-on inclusion.
Don't be surprised, Shobit. Quinton de Kock comes to open the innings, you might just see the new ball with Ashwin as well. Take the pace off, if the conditions are good. We've seen in the previous 2 games that the ball's not swinging around. So just to put some little pressure, throw in the gamble. So don't be surprised if you see Ashwin come and bowl right up front.
Absolutely, and they've all practiced it enough over the years in the IPL, isn't it?
They all know now how to handle the new ball. Absolutely. So they're not worried about that.
Absolutely right. But this blockbuster encounter will also see two of the best current ODI batsmen and captains go head-to-head. Virat Kohli and AB de Villiers, the best pals at Royal Challengers Bangalore. But unfortunately, there will be only one man standing at the end of today's contest.
Virat Kohli versus AB de Villiers. One, an aggressive leader out to win it all. The other, a calm yet clinical seeking silverware. Two superstars, when united in reds, are nightmare for the opposition. But on Sunday, one of them will see the red and will be knocked out of the Champions Trophy. While India allowed Sri Lanka to chase down a score of 321 in a 7-wicket loss, South Africa's famed batting lineup was rocked by Pakistan. Personally too, these were disappointing outings for the two modern-day greats. Virat was out for a duck for the first time since 2014, between which he played 46 innings. For AB de Villiers, it's worse. Just 4 runs in the opening game against Sri Lanka before a golden duck against Pakistan, first of his career.
Yeah, AB de Villiers gone for just the 4.
But the Proteas skipper relishes Indian bowling. He averages 53.29 in 28 matches and has notched up 6 centuries and 5 half-centuries. The last time these two sides had met, de Villiers had India on the mat. Superman ABD took India apart with 3 centuries in the 5-match series that South Africa won 3-2. The Indian skipper has done fairly well against the Proteas. An average of 39.68 in 19 matches with 1 century and 4 half-centuries to his name. The virtual quarter-final on Sunday will be played among 22 players on the field, but the focus will surely be these two men. Sports Bureau, India Today.
Nikhil, very quickly, interesting there to hear Virat Kohli saying that the pressure is off because they can chase. Times are changing, like you said when Virat was speaking. Earlier teams used to prefer putting scores on target. This Indian team under Virat Kohli prefers chasing down targets.
Yeah, it's all about self-belief, and especially somebody who's got those sort of figures, you know, when it comes to chasing. And with this whole T20, if you see, if the conditions don't change over 40 overs, a lot of sides prefer chasing because they can then control the game far better. Right. Now that whole mindset is transforming in the 50-over game as well. Like Virat said, you know, it was a little difficult defending that 320, but now whatever the opposition gets, 300, 310, we know exactly what to do. And especially, I'm telling you, with this new field restriction coming into play as well, it gets easier to control the game.
Absolutely. I'll go across to London in just a bit. A quick reaction from Michael Clarke. Before that, Michael, you've been a captain for Australia for a long time. You know what it means to be under pressure. But what would have your message been to your team if you are heading into such an encounter, a knockout match against the world's #1 team?
Yeah, it's a big day. There's no doubt about it. I think both of them would have had a restless sleep last night. I think they'll probably have two things they're mostly focused on. One, the team, how they're going to win, and then secondly, their own individual performance. And I guess I've always believed in big tournaments and under pressure, that's where you as a leader need to stand up as a player first and foremost. So your job and responsibility as a batsman is to go and make runs. Secondly, it's about to lead the team tactically on the field as well. So I'm sure some words will be spoken this morning before the game. Make sure all the players are feeling full of confidence. And now you go and play on skill, not emotion. Don't allow the pressure to get to you.
Absolutely right. Players would be feeling a little bit of pressure. But we know how big superstars Virat Kohli and MS Dhoni and Yuvraj Singh are in India. They know all about winning big games. But Boria, superstars, probably the biggest players in world cricket are Indians, and they draw crowds into the grounds, isn't it? Just speak to the fans there. Who have they come to see today? Virat Kohli, Dhoni, Yuvi, or somebody else? Who's the most popular Indian cricketer? They have the Champions Trophy.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I mean, you know, of the capacity here at the Oval, as you heard from a South African fan just before, there'll be about 20 South Africans and 25,000 Indians. You know, that they're asking that Indian fans, all of you guys, make cricket so special. Who have you who do you think will stand up for India when they bat? Who have you come to watch specially? Virat, Yuvi, Dhoni. Who's your favorite?
All of them. All of them. Virat is the main person basically India is depending upon today, because while chasing, Virat is always exceptionally well. But we should not forget AB. Today's AB's day, I'm going to tell you now.
No, today's Virat's day.
Today's Virat.
Today's Virat.
Any day. Any day Virat Kohli. Any day. RCB rivalry come into picture here.
But India will win?
Absolutely.
So let's have a cheer for India. Come on.
Yeah!
You know, know, what gives me great thrill, Shobit, is the sea of blue. In Melbourne, India v South Africa 2015 World Cup, 87,000 something crowd, if I remember from memory, 85,000 Indians at the MCG. Here at the Oval, 25,000 capacity, 24,990 Indians. So that's how South Africans will be marginalized. Will that put additional pressure when Bhuvaneshwar Kumar picks up the first wicket? We've got to wait and see. Does South Africa have it here to shed the chokers tag? All of India, all of you guys back home, and we will believe that they will continue to be chokers. 1 billion plus is too difficult a pressure to negate.
All right, Boria Majumdar reporting there from the Oval. Clearly, all the Indian fans there hoping for a Virat special knock against the Proteas today. Time for another short break. We'll continue our build-up to that mega India versus South Africa battle. Stay with us.